All right, hello, hello. So glad to see everyone. We're getting all this stuff together, make sure. And I see that there are 6 of us today. So Lisa, I see you, and I understand you're in Wayne, Pennsylvania. I'm going to be writing things down as I go. You're welcome to do that too. And Jackie, hello, welcome. I see that you're in New York.
I'm in New York.
Very glad
My
you're here.
ukulele ready.
Oh, I should have. Yes, please hold up your ukulele if you want to. Mary, you're in Atlanta. Thank you. Oh, we got beautiful colors. Catherine, also in Atlanta, right? And the ukulele, hello. And Sherry, hello, fellow Nashvilleian, right here. Excellent. Y'all ready to get started?
Yes.
Great. Go ahead. Oh, good. Yes. All right. Yes. So, because of the interesting way the computer works, and there's a little nudge of sound that is left out with the rhythm, it can mess things up. But when we start a song, I'm gonna either mute you myself or ask you to mute yourselves, but that'll be just a few minutes. So as I said, I'm Drew, I'm here in Nashville. We're gonna have a ukulele or a ukulele lesson. Both are correct, depending on who you ask. Some people get very serious about it. Both are correct. So if you can say ukulele, ukulele, you are welcome here. Now, take your hands together, please. We're gonna start with warming up our hands. Very, very important. I don't know how much room everybody has. I'm sitting at my dining room table. And if you would, take one hand out in any direction. But I'm gonna ask you to hold your fingers up. We're thinking about stretching right here. These muscles, it's the wrist up to the shoulder, and press those fingers back a wee bit, only to what's comfortable, and then down a wee bit.
Either hand or both hands or what?
Yeah, it's going to be one hand at a time, and so it doesn't matter if it's left or right, because now we're going to switch to the other hand. Good question, Catherine. Thank you. And then down. What we're doing is just stretching it all out. Since this is the afternoon, I know you've moved some things around. Now we're going to do wrists out, and then wrists in. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm going to watch this video later. And as long as I'm not queasy or anything, this is going to be a hoot. All right, now we're going to shake them. It really will. Jackie, I grew up in Virginia. I never learned the word hoot until I got to Atlanta. And now it's a normal part of my vocabulary. Anybody else? Who else uses the word hoot?
I love it.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. Okay, thank you.
I think your mom uses that word.
Okay.
Mama, it was always a hoot.
Sure. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to take either thumb and either hand and just massage from the bottom all the way to the end of each fingertips. Just great for circulation. There are tons and tons of warm-ups, literally warming up the hand that you can do. This is all we're going to do today for these hands. Then we're going to do a deep breath. Who do I see? Someone's connecting down there. It looks like Susan's house? No, Marcy's house. Marcy, hello. We are just finished warming up hands, and I'm so glad Marcy's here. She is a neighbor and Nashvilleian, and she's the one who created the ukulele hello. And the ukulele hello is when we're still warming up hands, and it's hello, hello, hello. Marcy, I cannot believe your timing. Marcy's always had really incredible, You've always had great timing. Marcy, I'm going to introduce you to everyone later because we already did some intros. And as I chat, you're going to hear about other people. Okay, the next step, my friends, is posture. Everyone has their own way to do that. My posture is usually really bad because I'm leaning over my ukulele or guitar, and whoever I'm talking to, I come in. So I have to remember. The more I'm sitting up straight, the more space the internal organs. Otherwise, they're actually squishing on top of each other. This way, the lung has room for all that great deep breathing and lung elasticity. So if you would now, as you're comfortable, take a deep breath. And this is part of the vocal warm-up too, as well as stretching lungs. Only go as high as you're comfortable. Nice. We're going to do it one more time, and I really would like to hear you. Inhale. Oh, great. I could tell you shook everything off your vocal cords. You made them stronger, and your lymph nodes under your arms even got a little space in there. That's great. Yes, extra points for that. Please pick up your ukulele. This is so fun to see everybody. Now it's my responsibility to tell you the appropriate way to hold a ukulele. You take the ukulele's neck in your left hand. This part of the ukulele, you stuff into the crook of your elbow, and then you squish it against your chest. So you can hold it with either hand. That is the appropriate way. Now you can let that go. It's just my responsibility to tell you that. The important thing is that you're comfortable. You can use your tummy. I have friends that use the arm of their chair, the table, depending on how you're set up. Pillows are great. Anything you want. Any questions? Oh, easiest class ever. Okay. Obviously, you so far, everybody has a straight A, even though there will be no tests. What I have here, even if you don't know about a chord chart, it's going to look kind of familiar because these are strings. And on a chord chart, they're just lines drawn. And the wires that go this way on your ukulele are fret wires. Nobody calls them fret wires. And between the fret wires are the fret spaces. Nobody calls those fret spaces. We just say fret because somebody decided a long time ago it's just too much trouble. So if we're talking about these areas, we just say fret, even though it's the fret space between the fret wire. I'm going to show you the chord chart, the way it's drawn. Can y'all see this okay? Not great. I'll pull it up. All right. What does that say?
C6.
Yay, C6. Good. That is correct. I'm showing you the right chart. Now, most chord charts will look like this, but they'll also have some dots on them. The dot is your finger. Therefore, if you don't see dots on this, you already know that chord, right? All right. C6 is G, C, E, A. Here's my question that the class has to make a decision on. And if you don't want to make the decision, it's okay, I will. Do you want me to tell you how to remember the G, C, E, A to discuss a little moment of tuning? Or do you want to play C6 and jump in to the song we're about to do?
I would appreciate tuning.
You would appreciate, oh, well then, Catherine, tuning is what we're going to do. All right.
If I'm the only one, then that's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's true. We didn't really do a vote, did we? Group, let me see. I'm trying to read faces. Oh, we got a thumbs up. Jackie, thank you. Honestly. Okay, I got it. Thank you. All right. That's the ticket. That's what we'll do. All righty. This is kind of silly. You've all heard, my dog has fleas. You've heard that? My dog has fleas? I mean, usually if you tell someone ukulele, they either sing Tiptoe Through the Tulips or My Dog Has Fleas. My Dog Has Fleas has no parallel to the musical connection. What most of us will do is make up a sentence. So, good children eat apples. So, G, C, E, A. You want to tune to G above middle C. And then the next string is middle C. And then the next string is the E above middle C. And then the A above middle C. Ukulele is odd in that it's a high note, sort of a medium note, a little bit higher, and then the next note is even higher than the very first note. Not typical at all. So in tuning, the best things to do, there are some free apps for smartphones or computers that you can do. Off the top of my head, Guitar Tuna is a pretty good one. The other thing you can do is have either a pitch pipe, or you might have a piano in your dwelling. And then there are these little gadgets that require a watch battery, but most of them, if you order one or shop for one, they'll have a battery that's already working, but eventually you'll have to get a watch battery that's a little bit smaller than a nickel. So that's the information about tuning long distance. If you were sitting next to me, I can actually do some tuning for you. I would like everyone to listen to the and then sing the note, because if you sing the note, it's actually easier to tune your string to that note. So I'm going to sing the note and ask you to sing it back. Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you. All right, now, would you please play that string? All right, so let me do a quick round robin. Marcy, would you play your string closest to your chin?
Okay.
Oh, you got it. Thank you. All right, Catherine, would you play yours? One more time? Oh, good. Very good. All right. And Sherry, would you play yours? There. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Lisa, would you play yours? Nice. Jackie? Nice. All right. Mary? Wonderful. All right. So just so we can move on for the sake of today, sounds like we've all got the G string right there. And would you go ahead and listen to your strings? Do you feel like they're all right there? Yeah. Because it's... All right. So Catherine, shall we do a walkthrough? I know, Catherine, I think you have the newest ukulele. And so new ukuleles the new strings are really stretchy. Even after you tune it perfectly within a song, just within a song, it will. It's just a consistent thing. One of the best ways I've found, and be careful if you're going to do this, usually I'll do this for my friends too, is you take the string and you just pull on it to stretch it and then tune it back, and then some of the stretch has gotten out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to brand new ukulele strings. Well done. Okay. We're going to jump into a song because for our friends, Jackie's got a lot of friends in New York and all over the place. And when they're checking this out, I'm going to keep their attention with this very first song we're going to do. It's in the key of C. So I'm going to ask all of you to not push anything down up here, but to strum. And you can use your thumb. You can use a pointer finger. I'm going to use my pointer finger probably at the tip because that's sort of what I got adjusted to. There are all sorts of guitar picks, ukulele picks, and if you have a little bit of arthritis like me, or maybe a lot of arthritis, you can use a food scraper to get a good grip on, and that will just scrape the strings, which is exactly what we're doing. So I am going to double check. We're going to do Daisy Daisy. I'm asking you to play C. I'll be playing C major and F and G7. So you do what you want, but I can tell you this, if anybody's walking by while you're playing and you play C6 the whole time, they're going to think you're correct and you know all the chords. At least that's been my experience. So I am going to ask you each to mute yourselves. Okay, here we go. And shoulders are loose and relaxed. And you're very comfortable. And there's a string at the top of our heads all the way to the ceiling. And you are strumming C6. And I forgot to tell you, one of my friends, she skipped the picks. She doesn't use her fingers. She uses her grandson's toy airplane as a pick. And it works. So here we go. A little faster. And Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. I'm going to ask you to strum a little faster, and this time, even though you're focused on muscles you don't usually use, we're trying to keep them relaxed. And think about your wrist. See how your wrist is just kind of rocking? It's wrist rocking. Here we go. Poor Harry. Harry, Harry, here is your answer true. I'd be crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. You can't afford a carriage. And I'll be switched if I'll be hitched on a bicycle built for two. In case you have a question, if anyone has a question about rocking your wrist, holding your ukulele, the words to the song, if your question is that there are also lyrics to the second verse that someone could lose their job for singing, you're right. And I know some people that if you want to learn those words, I can tell you who to sit next to. So not me, but at least often, or maybe I could whisper in your ear, but anyway, so there are a couple more verses to that song that I don't typically do, but I know where you can get a copy if you're interested. So the next thing we're going to do is one of my favorites. Yes, sir, that's my baby. And excuse me while I get a sip of water. If you have water, please help yourself. Anytime. I know I'm always having to remind myself to drink water, usually. Sometimes I'm actually thirsty, but I know drinking water is important for all of us, and especially when this summer's coming up. So extra points if you drink water. There you go. No one's getting dehydrated on our watch here. All right, this next song, Yes, Sir, That's My Baby. When I finally discovered this song, I really love it. It was written, I think, in the 20s. I should leave it out there. Jackie, we could do a trivia game later. Who wrote this song? Why not? And what we're going to do, those of you that did receive words to this song, if you got the PDF, if you didn't, no worries. This is still a C6 song. I've got three C6 songs for us to do. What we're going to do is sing the yes sir verse, and then the yes ma'am verse, and then the by the way, and then the yes sir, and then the yes ma'am, and then the by the way, and end with yes sir. If you got the PDF, you'll also see that the words with feeling may be circled. That's because we stop strumming and we lean forward and we very happily say, with feeling. Okay, good. You're ready. Now, I think we're ready. All right, looking around, taking everybody in. All right. Would you please mute yourselves? And believe you me, I would much rather hear you, but just because of that little oomph of sound, it just makes me sad. We can't all sing the same space, but this is very, very close. All right, again, I'll be doing C major, F major, G7, slipping in a D7 in there and an F. But C6 is the most important chord. And if you would, go ahead and strum. By the way, if you just go straight down, that's the Buddy Holly strum. Lisa, I am so glad you did that. Thank you. Before we get into this song, would you look at yourselves, and if you could bring it down, I want to see your face first, but if I can also see a hand position in your ukulele, it's a plus. Thank you. We got quite the rainbow here. All right. The last direction I'm going to give you before this song starts is if you tap your toe, or if you nod your head, or if you move something physical, it's a great way to entrain the rhythm in your body, because we naturally do that anyway. Here we go. Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. Yes, ma'am, we've decided. No, ma'am, we won't hide it. Yes, ma'am, you're invited now. Looking good. By the way, when we reach the preacher will say, with feeling, yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. Back to yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we've decided. No, ma'am, we won't hide it. Yes, ma'am, you're invited now. By the way, when we reach the preacher will say, with feeling, yes, sir, looks great, that's my baby. No, sir, don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. Super. All right. Marcy, thank you. Nice. Yes, very nice. Is this sign language applause for the sign language? Oh, okay. It'll work. Nicely done. It appeared that you were all singing with me and working on getting comfortable strumming. That's wonderful. One of the rules that I left out is whatever you do is correct. That's a very important rule. For one thing, you know your body better than anyone else. And you may feel comfortable just with this much range of motion or more or less. I have a friend, she is dealing with healing from a stroke. And instead of holding the ukulele up and strumming, she has one finger, all of her fingers are there, but only one finger has strength. So she holds the dulcimer on her lap, dulcimer style, and we press on a certain chord, which I'm going to show you after the next song, and then press on another chord. There are just different options that we can fool around with. So that goes back to strumming. Like I said, whatever goes works. We could actually, if one hand was more comfortable than the other strumming, we could work out a different tuning system to figure out mirror ukulele playing. But yeah, well, oh, okay. Yeah, my lefty friends. Yeah, we could talk about that for sure. But back to us right now. Next song we're gonna do is everyone okay with You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog? Again, this is in C. The chords I'll be playing are C major, F major, and G7. I encourage you to play C6. I'm actually wanting you to get more comfortable holding the ukulele and strumming the ukulele than I'm worried about chords. Honestly, I'm not worried about you playing chords yet, or a lot of chords, I should say, because you've got C6 down. All righty. If you are comfortable with You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, we're going to strum a little faster. Also at the very end, the very last line, You Ain't No Friend of Mine, I'm going to ask you to swing the ukulele up on that last one. Yeah. That's right, Jackie, with a lot of passion, just like that. That's exactly right. So C6 will be like this. C major, just because I'll be holding it, and you're going to swing up, and You Ain't No Friend of Mine. As if you're trying to really get it in that ear. And again, only what's comfortable. And if those shoulders are open, wonderful. All righty. Any questions before we start? Good. Yeah, anytime. And if you need to leave where you're sitting to go get a drink of water, whatever you need, just. So back to the Buddy Holly strum where it's just down. With the Hound Dog, yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mary. I understand. Okay, bye. All right, that was Mary in Atlanta, and we will see her when we see her. So I'm going to ask you, the Buddy Holly is straight down. What I'd like you to do this time is think about, and if anytime something doesn't seem comfortable to think about, just stop it. Don't worry about that. Go on to the next thing. But this, I'm going to ask you to go down and up. And what I've figured out is to go down and up. It's actually, one has to concentrate. It's easier to go sort of out and in and just get a couple of strings. And by the way, that's also correct. If you do 1 string, 2, 3, or 4, all correct. But if you want to focus on a bigger sound with your strumming, nice, looks good. All right. Now the tricky part will be doing it a little bit faster. I'm going to do about this fast. All right. Now, because I'm watching instead of listening, you look good to me. Would you nod your head if this is okay? Marcy, you say, okay, good, thank you. Wonderful. Here we go. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit. You ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class. That was just a lie. Yeah, they said you was high class. That was just a lie. You ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. One more verse, here we go. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Jackie, do you have an audience? You ain't nothing but a hound dog. I love it. Crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit, and you ain't no friend of mine. Ah, you look amazing. Absolutely amazing. Please unmute because it's time for a chord discussion. anytime you want to put the ukulele down and warm up your hands, whatever, I'm not always cognizant of where everybody is with warming up hands, whether it's a chilly day or they just kind of freezing up on their own. Sometimes the fingers will get a mind of their own. And if you get carried away playing a new string instrument that you've never played before, if you've never played any string instruments, it's never happened to me, but the tips of your fingers can, if the ones pushing the chords down, pushing the strings down for the chords, they can actually get sore. And I'm going to take good care of those. I'm against pain. Let's not do that if we don't have to. All right, time for your chord. Now, well, first finger pushing chord. We're going to start with the F chord. What I'm going to do is first, I want you to pretend you've got a big super ball in your hand, or even take your other fist and put it in your hand, because your left hand, whichever hand is going to be pushing the strings, it needs to be curved. And if you think about having a big space in there, when you're pressing the strings, it'll just give you a little more room to move, because pushing the strings down on any string instrument, if you've never done it before, you're using muscles in a different way. So it's kind of not normal. You're doing something outside of the norm. So if it feels weird, little weird's okay. Big weird, you want to double check you're not hurting anything. You're going to use the tips of your fingers because that's where you really want to push. All righty, here we go. We're going to go to the second string from the bottom, 1, 2. And it's in the first fret space. Da-da-da-dum. And this is the F chord. I'll pull this all the way in here. Okay, does that seem kind of logical with ukulele? There's Jane. Hello, Jane. Does that look logical? Okay, I'm looking around. All right, so this is your F chord. If you would, please strum it. And this is with our mics on, because I do want to hear if you're comfortable. It's up to you. But sounds like an F chord. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you. We're going to go ahead. What we're going to do is play F, 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 and then hand over strings, and then F, 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 hand over strings. Just so you get the feel of F, and you'll get a sense if you need to give that finger a break or not. So here we go. F, 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 F. All right, now shake that finger out just in case you need to. Y'all ready to move on to the next chord? No. Good. I didn't see anyone do this, so I'm going to go ahead. The next chord is putting a finger directly below the F. The C7. Excellent. Good, 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 good. Yay, yay. All righty. It appears to me that you're all playing it correctly and beautifully. Thank you. The C7 is the first string, first fret. The big decision you have to make, or I can make it for you if you want me to, is which fingers you're going to use. Either one is correct. Usually I base it on what the rest of the chords are or what the following chords are going to be. But for the next couple of songs, we're going to be doing F and C7. And I usually walk them back and forth. Nice. Alrighty. You can use the same finger to go back and forth. Totally up to you. You'll find, most of us have found that if you do different fingers, you save just the itsy bits of time between chords. Now the other thing, go ahead and make your F, please, where you're pressing that finger. And we've already talked about how these muscles will get tight when we're focusing in on things, and yet they're supposed to be relaxed. So actually think about swinging that elbow and then swing that wrist a little bit. And don't worry, you're not going to play the ukulele like this. It's just a reminder to all those muscles and joints that they're happy and relaxed. Wonderful. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. If you want to just go ahead and... Oh, you do? You feel it?
Yeah.
All right, so Lisa is a yoga instructor. Whatever she does, and Jackie is dance and movement therapist. Whatever you two do, copy them. Whatever, it will be very, very correct. The other thing I'm going to do, so you don't need the song in front of you, for F, because it's the higher string. I'm going to hold my ukulele up like this so you have a visual. And then for C7, I'm going to bring the ukulele back down so you have a visual. So F, C7, F, C7. We're cool. All right, we're going to sing Down in the Valley. I'm just going to do one verse because I want to move to the next one. F, go ahead and strum. And I'm just going to do Buddy Holly, just the straight down strum. Found the note, here we go. Down in the valley, valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow, hear the wind blow, dear, hear the wind blow, hang your head over, hear the wind blow, and rest. All right, once again, you look like you're moving very well with me and doing the Buddy Holly. So would you give me a thumbs up if that was comfortable? All right, let's go to the next song, if that's okay. Well, actually, yeah, we're good. The next song is the Hokey Pokey. I'm gonna do the same thing where I lift the uke up for F and down for C7. Even if you got the words, it starts with foot, but I'm gonna ask you to sing shoulder. So, and I'm gonna, please don't stress over directionality, left and right. This is not a test. This is just for fun, seriously. And I also don't know how much mirror image and all that other stuff is working on the Zoom.
Yeah,
so,
I think I'm backwards.
Are you backwards? Okay, Jackie. Jackie, you are getting the most brain exercise today, so you get points for that. So there you go. So I am going to sing, put your right shoulder in. And if this is right or left, please don't worry about it. Just stick a shoulder in, and on the first one sing right, and on the second one sing left. But still figuring out how the Zoom thing works. All right, we're starting on F. Oh, one more thing. I didn't know this until I was an adult, even though I knew Hokey Pokey all my life. The bridge, there's a bridge, and it is Hokey Pokey. Usually I try to get someone to do hands, or if you accidentally have an audience member around your dining room table, get them to come by and do hands. If it doesn't work, don't worry about it. But if it happens, everyone's welcome to do the Hokey Pokey. So here we go. We're gonna do F. I'm gonna do Buddy Holly on this one too. 1, 2, 3. You put your right shoulder in. You put your right shoulder out. You put your right shoulder in. And you shake it all about. You do the Hokey Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left shoulder in. You put your left shoulder out. You put your left shoulder in. And you shake it all about. You do the Hokey Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Jane, I just saw your chair. Hokey Pokey. Hokey Pokey. Thank you, Sherry. That helps. Hokey Pokey. Thank you, Jackie. That's what it's all about. Now we're going to sing about feet no one will ever know. A little faster. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the Hokey Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Left foot, you put your left foot in, put your left foot out, put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. Do the Hokey Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Hokey Pokey. Hokey Pokey. Hokey Pokey. Hokey Pokey. That's what it's all about. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so our time is just kind of zooming away from me. And what I was hoping to do is La Cucaracha, and then You Are My Sunshine. La Cucaracha is F and C7. You Are My Sunshine would be C6 again. So would you like to just zoom through those songs, and then we'll have the sort of a closure thing? So it does get dry. But the other thing, the more you sing, especially the gentle startup singing like humming, you'll shake some of that stuff off of your throat. You'll notice that when you start talking with someone, the first time you talk of the day, you gotta clear that throat, even though voice teachers will tell you don't ever clear your throat, just water, hum. I don't know anyone that doesn't actually clear their throat, but try to be gentle. That's because that stuff is getting shaken off your vocal cords. The other great thing about humming and singing is the more you sing, the stronger your speaking voice will be. The thing about La Cucaracha, beautiful lyrics, a lot of different connotations depending on who you talk to. Very often in my groups, I've discovered not everybody knows the Spanish. If you know the Spanish, you want to sing La Cucaracha, ya no puede caminar, please do that. I have found that when I'm especially meeting new people, if we just want to jump in, it's La Cucaracha, la 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 la. Yes, I thought so. You've got it memorized. I am going to ask you, let's see. I'm going to ask you to go up and down, not just the Buddy Holly, but the down and up. All righty, I'm jumping in. It's going to be F, C7. Oh, and cha-cha-cha. Okay, you're prepared now. You know it. Good. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. Cha cha cha, la cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. Cha cha cha. One more verse. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. Cha cha cha. Ah, you look amazing of music in there. All right, we're going to jump over to You Are My Sunshine. This, my friends, is going to be our closing song today. I want you to know I've had a lot of fun with all of you, and what a blast. All righty. Oh, I should say, if you want to get in touch with me, if you have a question and you think of it later, because if you're like me, it'll be 2 o'clock in the morning. Please don't call me, but you're welcome to text or email. And the easiest, most memorable email, I think, is my turtleradio@radiofreenashville.org. At least I remember that. But if you don't, and you need to get in touch with me, get Jackie. I think that would be the easiest, yeah. All right. You know the words. Now, again, this is going to be for C6, for those of you who want to. I'll be doing C major and F and G7 and C. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. But when I woke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Yay, it has been so nice jamming with all of you.